Have you eaten one of these recently? If not, well, maybe this won't be interesting. But if you have, I want to talk to you about the little packet in here. If you eat ramen, you buy it at the store, the packet of seasoning and stuff is probably crap. I'm going to show you how you can take a skillet, and you can take 5 minutes of your time, and just a couple of things that aren't that expensive, and probably some stuff you have laying around. And you can make it way, 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 way better, and it's not going to cost that much more, and you can still be super lazy and have dinner, okay? So stick around, Chili Chunn, ramen, spicy stuff. It's going to be cool. And more importantly, it's going to be very easy. So we're going to attack very simple ramen. Not like as simple as possible, but maybe slightly more complexity is worth it. You know, you're hungry. You got 5 minutes, right? Maybe 10. And so what we're going to do, first, we're going to do the thing that they should have done at the factory. We're going to open our ramen packet. And we're going to take this little guy. And we're going to throw it away. Now, with that out of the way, we can continue. So what I did was I went in my fridge and in my pantry. And it's going to vary. You may not have a green onion. You may not have a strip of bacon. You may not have a ghost pepper. You can have different kinds of things. It's okay. You know, part of the joy of cooking is the unexpected. And you get that by just using what you have. You know, that's where most like regional cuisine comes from anyway. So maybe this is going to be the next great thing. I don't know, you know. And so why not? You're hungry. It all tastes good. It'll be fine. Like, have faith in yourself. You can cook. First, I'm going to take the green onion. I like having green onions because it's kind of like a 2-in-1. Because you get this pretty little thing you can put on top of your food. And then you also get like this bit, which starting right about right there. You can cook this in your food. So you get onion 2 ways. You know, and I like to take off the ends. Obviously that one, the root end. But the very top of the green is also a little bit gross, if you ask me. And just real quick, I'm just going to, you know, this is just chopping this into little pieces. It doesn't take but a second. So we got our green onion. There we go. And then you take the other piece of green onion, the cooking bit, and do the same. Chop, 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 chop. It's not a big knife. It's not a big chore. It just takes a second. There you go. Okay, so now we've got that to saute in with everything, and that's going to be cool. Sometimes with onions, you get these straggly, papery bits. Just stick them on the side. You got enough onion. It'll be fine. And then we're going to go, I think, with our ghost pepper next. This is like a little runt I found, you know, in the box that doesn't really have a home, and it's not very impressive or anything. But I bet you it'll make our ramen taste good. And so, you know, with really hot peppers like this, you can scrape the innards out if you want. This doesn't have much in the way of innards, but I like to put like just a pretty fine little slice. Like when I get a piece of it, I want to know it, you know, so I keep the slices intact. But I do like to get rid of seeds in cooking. You know, I mean, there's gonna be some, and it's not a big deal, but like excessive seeds add bitterness. And I don't mean the placenta. So y'all talking about, you know, it's not as hot. I'm not talking about placenta. I'm talking about the seeds. There. And so we're gonna saute those guys together. And so we kind of got our like a before and after bit. So we'll sprinkle that on the top. It'll be nice. It'll look good afterwards. But over here is the stuff that's going to go in. And actually, maybe we want a couple little fresh pieces of ghost pepper there, too. Yeah. And then, yeah, last we're going to take our bacon. And this is a piece of bacon. It's like, you know, a couple days old from breakfast. And, you know, it's not all crispy and delicious anymore. And it probably would have been thrown away. But I'm not, you know, you got to hang on to stuff. Just for a little bit. And so I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to chop it up, and it's going to provide, like, the fat for our cooking. Because there's plenty of fat in bacon. And also there's, like, tons of flavor. And so it's going to be awesome to have that in the saute pan. And there we go. And so I've got my bacon broken down. I've got my ramen. Let's get our ramen packet out. I got my Minecraft noodles right there. We've got some debris. Yeah, and so, you know, we've got our noodle with the corner bitten out. We've got our noodle packet. We've got some bacon. That's a big hunk. That's a couple days old. You know, not great for eating like out of hand, but it'll be fine in something. Like it's not unsafe. And we got some ghost pepper and the business end of the green onion, and then we got the little frou-frou end of the green onion over here, and some couple extra little pieces of ghost pepper for the sake of garnish. And yeah, with that, we're just about ready to like get this pan going. and get some cooking going. And it hasn't taken long. You know, put on Sports Center or whatever you like to watch, RuPaul, and you know, just take a few minutes. It'll be worth it. But yeah, we'll come back in a second, and we'll do the saute, and we'll cook our ramen, and then we'll find out what the hell it tastes like. So yeah, stick around. I got my prep. I got a heavier skillet because I was a little uneasy about the physics of the giant handle cheap skillet, so I got the nice skillet. Analon, if you're interested in the sponsorship, guys. And I got it on a high. I got the full spurs to it, just to get the pan hot so I can get on with cooking. And so while it's preheating, I will tell you, you may see a skillet and be like, dude, you make ramen in a pot. No, you make ramen in a pot. I'm just saying, you should saute. Even if it's not important that you saute, go ahead and saute. One of the most beautiful things you can do in the kitchen is master the art of tactical saute. We're going to make ramen. It's going to cook in liquid. But we got these vegetables and extra things. Like, if we cook them a little bit, they'll get even more flavor. They'll release more of it. The room will smell good. Like, sauteing is its own reward. Also, it's more fun. And you may notice I have tongs, too. This is my tool of choice to cook ramen. And maybe that'll be weird. You don't have to use tongs. I'm not telling you to use tongs. But as you watch me, maybe you'll decide, oh, man, I want to use tongs. And then you can. I think this is pretty hot now. I'm going to turn it down a tiny bit. And then I put the canary in the mine shaft. Nope. See, thought it was hot, but we got nothing. I always throw a little piece in there ahead of time. Just see, is that as hot as I think it is? Oh, there we go. A tiny little sizzle. Now we need more spurs. I'm going to put it back on high. Wait a sec. Chill out. That'll sizzle in a second. Don't worry. You got your iPad. You got Sports Center, RuPaul. I don't know what you watch. You got it on. You can relax for a second. It's okay. Dinner can wait. Be patient. You know, I'm not sure if the microphone's going to pick up like this subtle sizzle. But this has got a little bit of bubbling, like a little bit of sizzling. Good enough. I'm going to sprinkle in the rest of my bacon. I'm just going to do it for like a couple seconds ahead of time. Because there's, you know, even though it's not much bacon, and it's already been cooked, there's still a ton of fat in bacon. And that fat is a lot more useful when it's not in the bacon, when it's in our pan. And so I'm going to put the bacon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see the little sizzle there. I'm going to let it roll for a second. I think now we got a pretty good little sizzle working up, so I can turn it down to like... This burner doesn't have numbers, but I would say like a 6 on your stove, maybe 6.5, depending on, you know, front right burners are always crazy, so tone it down there. But if you're on any other burner, maybe a 6, 6.5. Yeah, the bacon's starting to jump around. Just stir it up a little bit. Keep it moving. You don't want to... A lot of times you don't burn stuff because it's too hot. You burn stuff because you're not paying attention. So, you know, just, you know, don't be afraid to dote on it a little bit. Let it cook, but, you know, see a little guy needs to be turned over, go ahead and do it. It's a very meditative practice. There are worse things to do with your time when you're hungry than just to look at bacon for a second. Now that's looking pretty good. I think we rendered it enough, so now I'm going to cut it down even more because I don't want to burn it. And then I'm going to add my ghost peppers and things right in. Not the green part of the green onion because it's still edible if you cook it, but it's better when you don't. It's prettier and it's got a little crunch. It's nice. But the white part of the green onion, I mean, it's good by itself too. You know, not everybody's into it. It's not great for your breath. But now we're gonna have just a little mixed saute. And again, we didn't add any fat. I didn't need to because we got the bacon. Like that's plenty fatty. And so really. Sorry, we're just kind of stabilizing things. This is my first time doing this. I probably should have practiced, but I figured if I'm going to practice, I might as well record it and see how it goes. And so far, I feel like I'm going to be required to put this on the internet. So, forgive me for a little bobbling. I'll get better. Or I'll get better equipment, one of the two. Yeah, and so that's starting to get, look at that, look at it. It's starting to cook pretty good. And so we don't want to burn it, you know what I mean? And so now is the part where we make our broth. And so like it's not like paella. You don't want to put the noodles just in there. You know, wait a second. We're gonna add, a pint of water. Gently. Be careful. We don't need the whole pint. How many ounces are left? 4. Okay, 12 ounces of water we added. Yeah, that's pretty good. And in addition, this is the part where I'm going to encourage you again, like I did with the vegetables and the bacon, to deviate when you want to. You know, don't do exactly this because I'm doing it. Think for yourself. Whatever you got. That's the point of this. I got some, you know, can you see that? Miso paste laying around. But just do. I don't know if you notice the light going up and down. It's on the same circuit as my burner, and in my little double wide, it makes the light go down. Sorry guys, that may be a terminal issue until I move. But yeah, I'm just gonna take like some miso paste, and you may say, "What are the measurements?" Dude, chill out. The ghost pepper. Woof. Chill out with the measurements. It's ramen. Let's not worry about it. Like it's a dab. It's probably about a tablespoon. They're about. You know, and we're gonna mix that in, let it dissolve. And you see we got a nice little simmer going on our water. You don't really need it much hotter than that. You want to be able to keep an eye on it. And you're going to want to do this in a ventilated area if you have ghost peppers in here because it's pretty abrasive on your nose and eyes, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we got miso paste will take a minute to dissolve. And while it's thinking about it, we're going to add more hotness, which is whatever you have around. Honestly, hot sauce, just whatever you think. But again, so nice to send it to me. Thank you, Bravado Spice, for providing me with this beautiful bottle of hot sauce. It's very good. Black garlic, Carolina Reaper. This is my daughter's go-to in her ramen. And I think she's right. Black garlic is so delicious. There's such a great mix of flavors in here. And you can be as generous as you want with this part because it's just going to make your broth better. Oh yeah, keep it going. There we go. Okay, that's enough. I'm getting carried away. But yeah, use whatever hot sauce you want. But this one, it works pretty well. You know, and they may not all, but most of them will. I mean, it's pretty forgiving. You know, you have a broth, you have a lot of other things going on. You know, one of the things about cooking for yourself is just to, you know, food has been turned into the same kind of thing that body image has, where people are just like so ashamed of their food. Oh, just eating regular food. Dude, it's cool. Like, just make it for you. You know, see my light. Make it for you. Enjoy making it. Like, that's the important thing. Don't be worried about that. Don't be worried about putting it on Instagram. I'm not gonna put this on Instagram. Yeah, I am because I want you to watch it. But it's not about that. Like, it's dissolving pretty good. And so, you know, just cook for yourself and be happy with it. Like, it's going to be good. I promise. Like, and really, we're just going to dote on it for a minute. You see the nice miso broth forming. It's starting to get a little cloudy. You know, your broth of choice may not. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Ghost pepper. Ugh. It's so hot. You may want to tone it down or use like a vent hood. You know, I'm in a back bedroom if I'm honest, and it's not the best venue for cooking because it's just filling the room with terrible fumes. But yeah, we formed a great miso broth. We got little chunks of bacon. We got little chunks of green onion and ghost pepper throughout. And then at that point, now that we have a nice broth going, we're going to add our ramen noodles right in. And so the idea is to get them to break up, because once they break up, you do have enough broth. You may not think so right now, but you do. So I like to kind of soak it. You just let it soak on one side. You know, don't worry about cooking it. Like, it's been dried and packed in a little vacuum pack for 800 million years and shipped halfway across the planet. And there's not much you can do to it that's going to make it not be ramen. So chill out, okay? Like, don't worry. It's going to be all right. And so we're soaking the ramen until it gets a little bit like loosey-goosey. You'll know what I mean. You just want it to get good and moist is the biggest thing, because you want the noodles to come apart and settle down into the pan. And the reason I'm using a pan is because I'm just more at home on a skillet. I like a nice fat bottom skillet. You know, it holds its temperature very well. It's not as cumbersome as a pot to like get down in there. And rarely, if I'm cooking a sauce or something, I like a pot. But for this, the skillet's fine. Like, it's going to do fine. And plus, it's easier for you to see. So if you want to use a pot, use a pot. I don't care. There, our noodles are just about soaked, and so we're gonna flip it over. Boom. And there's some bits. That's cool. Let the bits be. That's gonna be the name of my first pixel art collection. And so I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Just soak it in real good. And I know this may seem like a slow way to cook ramen. I am turning the temperature to 8, and it's gonna get us a little bit closer to a boil. I was at 6.5, and so eventually that ramen will to where we can pull it apart without like tearing it. So I think I'm gonna let it cook for a minute. And when I get back, we're gonna like plate this up. It's gonna be pretty good. So yeah, hang tight. And if you're wondering about how long this is gonna be, about 2-3 minutes. So just keep an eye on it. It's like microwave popcorn time, So just keep an eye on it. Same as microwave popcorn. If you let it go too long, you're gonna be sorry. But it's hard, Just the best way to test it. See how I'm pressing on top, and it's just kind of pulling apart. Like that's how you know it's getting there. And so I bet you if we give it about another 60 to 90 seconds, we're gonna be fine. But I'm not gonna make you sit here with me that long. So hang tight. We'll be right back with some pretty much done ramen. Hi. So it's been literally, 60 to 90 seconds. That's all. I just sat here. I didn't even get up. And you see we got like a nice noodly consistency going on. Looks good. And so it's pretty much done, right? And the cool thing about ramen is that thermodynamics, I guess, is that it'll keep cooking after we turn it off. So I'm going to turn the burner off. I've had enough electricity for now in that respect. Produce my beautiful bowl from which I will eat. And then, again, like this is super hot. It's going to keep cooking regardless of if it knows it's in a pan or not. Like it doesn't know. And so I'm going to just carefully bowl this up. And like that. And if you don't scrape the skillet, like you don't have to, but the only thing that's going to be left in the skillet is bacon with little bits of onion and ghost pepper. And so if you bothered to cut it up, if you bothered to saute it, just get it out of the skillet. Like, there. So we got a nice little bowl. Beautiful color. Nice creamy color from the miso. And we're going to let this cool down because it is absolutely nuclear. Even before I put my little toppings on, I'm going to let it cool because I don't want these little green onions to wilt and not be crunchy. So I'm going to let this cool for a minute because, dude, this is real hot. So, like, yeah. Hang tight for a sec. We'll be back one more time, and we're gonna eat this. It's gonna be good. The smell in this room is fantastic, and now the lack of a vent hood seems like a good thing because it's just nice and balmy in here. And we have this beautiful smell of bacon, garlic, the Carolina Reaper. It's that black garlic from that hot sauce that's coming through. The miso gives it this earthy, umami smell. It smells delicious. Like I can't wait to dive in. And so we're gonna take our little garnish that we cut up ahead of time. A couple fresh ghost peppers. There we go. Some nice little sliced green onion ends. I'm going to put just a little bit more for beautification purposes of our hot sauce du jour, which in this case is Bravado Spice, Black Garlic, Carolina Reaper, which is just a delicious sauce. And there's quite a bit of it in the broth, as you saw, and so we're going to be very much infused. I've got my handy-dandy good luck chopsticks, and I've also got a tasting spoon, and so we're going to have goes at the broth and the noodles separately. But first, I think we're just going to have some of the broth. And I'm just going to let you know what this is, because if this was horrible, I'll be the first to tell you so. Oh, it's pretty hot. The miso is such a great base for things, because it's just like a nice umami canvas that you can really paint. You can really paint whatever flavors you want onto. And so, immediately you get the bacon, a nice rich smoky flavor underneath. You get the onion, and you get the floral ghost pepper, kind of goes with the smoky of the bacon actually quite a bit. And then there's that rich black garlic and garlic running underneath. from the hot sauce because there's a fair bit of there. The broth is actually, wow, this is hot. So that being said, well, we're going to just get right into the noodles. And it's hard to be graceful if you eat noodles with chopsticks, you know? And I've got a beard, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a saint, okay? You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not always glamorous. I don't wear makeup. And also, I eat noodles like a damn pig. And so I apologize in advance. Oh, this is spicy, dude. Yeah. Yeah, we have a really nice combination of flavors going on. The onion really actually comes through quite a bit. Yeah, it's because garlic and onion are in the same sort of, family tree. And so garlic and onion really complement each other and bring each other out. And then the black garlic adds earthiness, but it also pairs with the umami in that department and provides an almost like mushroom-like flavor. And then you also have the smoky black peppery kind of after aroma of the ghost pepper that goes with that too. And the Carolina Reaper adds a little bit of aggression to the ghost pepper heat, which is a pretty wicked pair because the ghost pepper, especially this fresh like this, it wasn't a very big one, but it doesn't take much, you know. Like elephants vomit after they've had, you know, one little pepper. The aroma running through my mouth and my sinuses is so good right now. It really pairs. Everything goes really, really well together. Actually, I'm very surprised and happy with the bacon, black garlic, scallion, ghost pepper flavor combination, and with the miso. Actually, dude, I wasn't very adamant about my recipe to begin with, but you really should try this flavors together. It's delicious, and it's pretty hot. And a little piece of the ghost pepper kind of hitch rides on the noodle, and so you don't really know when you're going to get one, nor can you really see it. Like there's one right there, I can't really tell. And so as you eat the ramen, as you eat the ramen, it continues to surprise you. And because of the warm broth, I think when you eat warm infusions like this of chili pepper, you get it behind your eyes and your nose, you know, in your ear canals, like more than you would with that heat level ordinarily, because it's like an air diffuser, you know, it's just putting it off into the air. And so everywhere that aroma goes with the steam, it touches the upper back parts of your throat. Like, it's not a severe burn, I wouldn't say, with what I put in here, but it is a comprehensive burn. And so that being said, I think we have a success on our hands. This is a delicious, quick, easy recipe. Like, honestly, if you don't sit at a desk and use a hot plate, and you don't spend half your time talking and drinking beer, you can get this done in 10 minutes. You really can. You might have to work on your knife skills, but, you know, you'd be fine. But you can go ahead and knock it out in 10-15 minutes. You'll have a great dinner. You'll have a great chili head rush. You'll have all the health benefits of eating chili peppers. And plus, it won't cost much. Like, grow your own peppers, and this becomes, like, really, really cheap. Because out of a box of miso paste, you can get, you know, a couple dozen bowls of soup, probably. 20, I would say. And then, boy, it's hot. You know, so you're spending, you know, $1, maybe $2 tops if you throw in a boiled egg, which you should. And you had a great dinner. It's not bad at all. And you got lit up in the process, and it tasted like chili peppers. What a great day. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing, this is new for me. If you like this, click like, click subscribe, click the bell, and I'll do even more. But all pepper season long, I'm going to be finding ways to cram chili peppers into ordinary situations to the chagrin of many. So you should watch. And I look forward to seeing you one more time on Chili Chunn.